knife and action program. And there's a few themes to it, and Thames Valley was one of the recognised areas as one of the
key prime.
One of the key and prime areas for around the knife crime agenda.
Yeah.
And due to the tragic events which have gone on in Reading in recent times over the last few years, I mean, I myself, I was one of the main witnesses to a murder which happened right outside here, Burger King, where the guy's now being charged with murder. There was a gunfight, and after that, about 6 months ago, there was another murder outside, just around the corner from here, and a recent event which not even a mile from here along the Oxford Road. So all these three, occurred over the last year within a very small proximity. So, which is one of the reasons why we identified this problem. Even through our outreach, we want to support those involved and prevent from others falling into the same path.
It's basically, to stop, like we mentioned before, the more we keep the youth off the street, busy, involved in things that they want to be involved in, rather than trying to dictate to them. By engaging with them directly, they suggest to us what they want to do, and we're trying to run alongside that as close as possible. Plus, obviously, they're interacting with each other. The obviously culture of like blacks in a group, Asians in a group, whites in a group. As you can see, with the way upstairs, it's a complete diverse mix of people. It's completely different. From different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and they all mixing, playing one goal. Playing one game, and they're enjoying themselves. So keeping them busy, keeping them off the streets, keeping them active in something they want to do and enjoy doing, keeps the crime low, hopefully low.
Yeah. So, I mean, in practical terms, you say obviously working to prevent young people getting involved in this sort of crime. Physically, what does that mean? What are you doing? Give me some examples of the actual work that you do.
We're doing outreach work, engaging with the youth, doing mentoring, supporting the vulnerable youth around any needs, education, training, taking them out on excursions, activities, getting them to build responsibility.
We're showing them like the harsh reality of what can happen, if they get involved in that. I.e., the legal side, knowledge, giving them knowledge of what can happen if they get involved, and by showing them the ugly, the facts. What can happen, rather than there's the influence of the glory, rather than glorify it, show it how it is, and that kids nowadays are a lot cleverer than they used to be. When they actually see what it can lead to, we're giving them an alternative. Basically, we're showing them as it is, if not treating them like as children, we're showing them as it is and giving them an alternative, and 99% of the time we're kind of being successful. When they see what really can happen, they tend to stay away from it.
Something our research has shown is ex-offenders, ex-drug users, drug dealers, it's easier for them to more likely for them to access this vulnerable group.
Yeah.
Because they've been there, worn a t-shirt.
Yeah. That's why it's working a lot better, because we're showing them people who are involved. We got people who understand the background and understand what's going on, understand the influence of it, the greed of it, what makes them turn towards that, because we can highlight that, we know, and we're getting the people.
Down to making them think, be responsible for your actions.
That's it.
Think about what you're going to do.
Okay. So it's a 3-year program, and you've been funded 10,000 per year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what difference will that funding make? I mean, what will that allow you to do that you couldn't do without?
We're organising different events to keep them active, keep them busy, understand responsibility, teamwork. We did camping leadership skills. different programs. We did camping trip last month. We took a group out. We're going to do paintballing this month, and we're going to keep doing events, which is going to give the kids incentives. They've all pledged. They've all signed an agreement and pledged that basically signing below they pledge to not carry knives or weapons of any kind, and will also discourage others from doing the same, and where possibly, obviously, they will show their support against violence and gang crime and other crimes. So by signing that, they've agreed to it, but to keep that going, we're giving them disincentives, offering them incentives.
Community and sending positive messages out there, preventative messages through the youth.
Yeah.
Through these means, whether it's posters.
I think the main thing is not treating them, like children, not tarring them with the same brush, not stereotyping them, and giving them the alternative and letting them decide and be responsible for what they're doing. So,
what ages are you is there an age you're working from?
There's not a minimum age. We're working with anything up to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
But are teenagers.
We don't. I mean, like with this tournament, we're between, like, say, 11, 12 to 16, 17. We're also looking on doing something for younger children as well. We're doing a painting picture competition. Who can make the best poster? Say no to knife crime.
This is like the preventative age amongst teenagers, and then also at a later age, we're supporting those who have been, basically been offending.
Yeah.
And those actually involved within life, I'm a character in my life.
And you're saying these pledges will be presenting to.
We're going to go to the Home Office on Wednesday, and we will. It's a conference, isn't it? It's an exhibition basically.
It's called Compact Week, and it's this week.
And basically, we will.
We
will have a stall there. We will show like the pledges. We'll show the work we've done today. And show the agenda, and then show what give examples of what we're going to do moving forward as well. So yeah.
You were mentioning earlier about some of the events, some of the criminalities happened in Reading. Talk about knife crime. What do you think the situation's like in Reading at the moment?
If you say the wrong one, obviously there's been a recent quite serious incident. So
yeah, but I mean generally, you would know better than I because you work with these people and this sort of thing. What's the picture? Is Reading,
I mean, obviously
particularly badly?
The report that came out showed Reading as one of the top threes. Was it top three Thames Valley was? So is it knife-related crime? We don't think it's as bad.
Problem here,
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's any different from any other area.
Yeah.
But I mean, Reading, I would say, it's comparison to some of the cities.
Yeah.
Because of how it's located.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of influence from London and that kind of thing, and the whole sort of gang culture. But it's not as apparent as it is, like in these cities. You don't have big groups and that walking around looking for trouble.
Come from those who are stopped.
Yeah.
You don't actually know by those who are actually carrying how many.
Yeah, we don't know how many actually carrying, but I mean, we just obviously we've got a group upstairs and none of them admitted to it, but we tend to, like, when we speak to, we have found, we've been out and interviewed people on the streets, and we have seen people who have got knives with them, but we've also seen probably 75% that haven't. So we're just trying to.
And a lot of them use that excuse as someone else is carrying out.
Yeah.
I have to carry to protect myself.
So if we can like.
But it's basically putting that message across. If you don't carry, there's less likely of you stabbing someone than you actually being stabbed.
That's what we're concentrating on as much.
Do you think that what you're doing can make a real difference?
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you think you're you're fighting a losing battle because there's so many people.
No, we definitely think that what we're doing is going to be a positive influence. I think the way we're approaching it, with the knowledge we have and the background we have, is a lot uniquer than what's been happening previous years, and we're reaching a lot more people with more positive influence than anyone else could, in any of the other services. So yeah, we're definitely 100% behind it.
Numbers is not something which should be looked at. I think it's the quality of the work. Saving one person from becoming a victim or another from becoming a perpetrator, on attacking someone. I think that is the difference.
Yeah.
That is making the change.
Right, one person, that's the difference, isn't it? So. There isn't,
which is actually measured in numbers.
There isn't anybody else who's really doing it the angle we are as well. So, our kind of effect on it, will be apparent once we've finished the work we're doing. So, cool.
Okay. And this program, how long has this been planned?
How long have we been doing?
Has it come about as a result of your feelings that there's an issue there, i.e. incidents happened, or is it going to happen anyway?
No, we realised that there was incidents that were happening, and we wanted to tackle the problems quickly to stop it from growing. So that's why we applied for the funding, because we know if we got the support to tackle it head on now, it will nip it in the bud, as it were. So. It's not as bad as a lot of other cities and towns at the moment. So we want to stop it from growing.
The other thing is we thought we were best placed because we've got privileged access to them vulnerable youth who we actually work with through our drug work.
That's why we're already halfway there basically. The biggest part of the problem is engaging with the troubled youth, and we already are partly involved anyway. So we knew that if we had the right funding and right support, we could do the work and make a big difference.
Good stuff.
That's it.
Thanks, chaps.
Thank you.